12 Angry Men is a well-written courtroom drama about how one juror sways all the other jurors to change the outcome of the decision of the trial. The role of juror number 8 was played brilliantly in 1957 by Henry Fonda and also played brilliantly by Jack Lemmon in the very underrated 1997 version. However, despite its well-written dialogue and its critique of McCarthy-era politics, there's a central fallacy to juror number 8's arguments.
Now, are you trying to tell me that this knife really fell through a hole in the boy's pocket? Someone picked it up off the street, went to the boy's house, and stabbed his father with it just to test its sharpness?
No, I'm just saying it's possible the boy lost his knife and that somebody else stabbed his father with a similar knife. It's just possible.
A central point that starts giving some of the jurors doubt about the official story is when Henry Fonda finds a knife that's very similar looking to the supposed murder weapon.
Where did that come from?
Now, first of all, you're not supposed to be doing research as a juror. You're supposed to only make a decision based on the facts presented by the prosecution and the witnesses and the defense.
That's right, I broke the law.
Beyond all this is a logical fallacy.
You found another knife like it. What's that, the discovery of the age or something?
I will give you guys an analogy. Imagine I had a bow and arrow and I just shot through a wall. I shot a lot of arrows through a wall. Then I retroactively took a part of the wall with a lot of arrows and drew a bullseye around it. And suddenly, look, I hit the bullseye a lot of times. This is called the Texas Sharpshooter Fallacy. How does this apply to Henry Fonda and Jack Lemmon's juror number 8? He went into the neighborhood of the defendant and he just happened to see a knife that was similar. What's the problem? He's biased. He went into the neighborhood expecting a knife. He went into the neighborhood already with a knife in mind. The argument, the assumption should not be whether having the knife in mind, he can find another one. The actual argument should be, if I were to randomly buy a knife, not knowing what the murder weapon looked like, would I, my first purchase or my second purchase, be able to very easily purchase that murder weapon?
You mean you're asking us to believe that somebody else did the stabbing with exactly the same kind of knife?
The odds are 1,000,000 to 1.
It's possible.
But not very probable.
Texas Sharpshooter Fallacy is all about overemphasizing the similarities and not looking at the actual objectiveness, aka not looking at the differences compared to the similarities. Here's where I ask the question for you as an objective juror. Do you think that if you didn't know what the murder weapon looked like, you would have been able to go through some knife shop and buy any weapon that looked exactly like the murder weapon? What's the actual objective statistical likelihood of that? And let's go a step further. What is the likelihood that someone who happened to buy the same knife as the kid who had an argument with his dad then goes on later to murder that kid's dad? And that's why this movie is so worth rewatching. Beyond the acting, beyond the dialogue, beyond the script, there's actually some great moments to reflect on if you were put in a situation where you had to think logically. So let me know what you guys think. Did you ever notice this fallacy? What did you think about the rest of the movie and how juror number 8 slowly turns the rest of the crowd to his side? It's brilliantly written. Thank you guys so much, man. Leave your comments below.